Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. It is the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with us. So we're coming to you from the Mike King Biz studio. This is part of the Mike King Biz radio network, ESPN Richmond 106.1, the Choice 105.3, International Business Growth Radio, as well as CW Richmond TV. That is Mike King Biz and Friends every Wednesday and Friday at 5 a.m. All right, it is Chamber Wednesday. I got El Presidente in the house. Danielle Fitzhugh is here with us. Welcome back, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you.
All righty, as I always say, you don't roll solo. You bring the rock star guest with you.
Well, you always say I know a guy, but now I know a girl.
You do.
I do.
And this one knows everybody.
She does.
There's some people that you say that, and on top of that, your brand is just fire.
Yeah.
It truly is. All righty, so I always say it's a business show. Danielle, we're going to run down the chamber sales pitch, and then we're going to go to Lynn.
Yeah, so the Chesterfield Chamber representing businesses who want to do business in Chesterfield County or are doing business in Chesterfield County. And if you want to do it better, there's no better place to do it than with the Chesterfield Chamber.
And the Chesterfield Chamber, a lot of business happening in Chesterfield.
It is.
I mean,
if
there's
you
a big
haven't been to
flashy
something that we do, you've missed out. There's not more business energy and excitement over growth in the future than at the programs that we do.
That's true. The last chamber luncheon I had heard was ridiculous. and I mean,
you missed a good one.
But that's every time a person says
you missed a good one every time.
Well, you said that the last time.
I did.
When you come there, a person walks in and they don't know anyone. They might feel a little bit overwhelmed, and then before you know it, you're part of the crew.
That's right.
And a part of the people who are doing a lot of big things happening in the field. But Lynn, go ahead. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
But
I really appreciate it.
Before.
I have been here before, but I appreciate Danielle reaching out to me to be here today.
And Lynn's one of our new board members this year.
So Lynn, I always joke with Danielle, it's hard to get on the board. It's not okay, we got to go out there and corral people to come and join the board. You gotta make it happen. And congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I had 10-year member this month for me with the Chesterfield Chamber, and I had applied for a board spot, I think back in 2018. But there are usually more members who are applying than spots available.
That's crazy.
I didn't make the cut. Which is okay because I'm a right time, right place kind of girl. And this year was the right time and the right place.
What is it about the Chesterfield Chamber magic that gets you?
Well, I'm all about connection. And that's really the welcoming of you to the chamber. You said people walk in and they get overwhelmed, but we have a whole team of people that are dedicated to making sure that people feel welcome. Business is getting done in the Chesterfield Chamber, at the luncheons, at the ribbon cuttings, at the chamber night out. I posted yesterday on social media about joining me at the chamber night out on the 21st at Virginia Asset Management, and somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I want to come.
And I should say, I mean, Lynn, we need to do the commercial for Lynn too. So Lynn is with CNF Mortgage, and she embraces that team of welcoming. Like, she has people that will help walk you through that mortgage process, but she'll also give you those little tidbits of nuggets of, like, don't go buy a car when you're in the middle of searching for a home and getting
those nuggets because people don't know.
They don't know. And education is a huge part of what I do and what I'm passionate about. I want to educate people to home ownership. So dropping nuggets on a reel or TikTok or today or at a credit seminar that I'm hosting, that I want to make sure that people understand that the media is the media. It's out there spinning good news, bad news, and you don't really know where to get your news. So you really need to get it from an expert who's going to tell you whether or not home ownership is right for you now, but maybe it's not. And 6 months from now or a year from now, I can walk you through how to become a homeowner.
And I think it's important, I always think about home ownership as like new or the next home ownership. And Lynn doesn't know this, but her and Carol Taylor did a YP seminar for our chamber, for our young professionals, mainly on buying a new home. But I'm going representative of the chamber, but let me tell you the nuggets that they dropped that I took from that workshop was on buying my vacation, my summer, my retirement home. Like, I'd really love to have a lake home. It's no surprise to my husband. I'd really love to have a place on the
No
beach.
pressure on George.
No
He
pressure.
feels none.
Right. But, she had these little nuggets. It doesn't have to be the next home or the new home, but maybe it's the retirement home or the vacation home.
It is certain things that you talked about before, that people are just going through life 100 miles an hour. And they can do a number of things to derail the home buying process, and they didn't even know it.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I had a client I think it was fall. We turn on a debt alert. Once I pull your credit and you're under contract, we're monitoring your credit because we need to make sure that you're still going to qualify when it comes time to sign those papers. I had a gentleman, he didn't pay his Home Depot bill and it went 30 days delinquent. He was a week away from closing and could have derailed the entire process had his score dropped.
Explain that part to people
Okay.
because, that's an interesting phone call or contact.
It's not a happy call.
No,
It's to
well,
say,
it could be,
well,
because if this call didn't come, then you wouldn't be going to closing.
well, right. So I have to call and say, hey, did you know that your Home Depot bill is 30 days past due? So it wasn't that he was a couple days late. He had missed an entire payment cycle. So now we were headed into, if he didn't pay it, 60 days. And so what happens is the minute that mark hits your credit, it's not even about the amount. We're talking $60. It's not the amount, it's the mark. It's I went 30 days past due. And that has the potential to drop your score. And if you are borderline at the get-go, which this client was, it could have had devastating effects for him and his family because they would not have been able to close on that home.
There you go. Nuggets of knowledge. Lynn is here, CNF Mortgage. How can people find you out there?
Oh, well, I'm on all sorts of
Yes.
social media. I get a lot of that. People say, I know you.
I know you.
Well, I think you probably see me on social media or any number of networking events.
Let's do the I know you. Sometimes it's I know you. Then it's the other times of the look. People are trying to figure out where they know you from.
Oh, exactly. And I am visible. I'm out there.
And I don't think people realize, having a mortgage is should be a relationship.
Absolutely.
And Lynn does a very good job of making sure she is here for your relationship.
I think, didn't you say, what do? You marry?
No, I solved the puzzle to home ownership.
That's what you say. But you also told me one time that you married the mortgage.
You can marry the house, date the rate.
There you go. That comes from a problem solver. Alrighty, new things exciting on the market that people should be looking out for as far as mortgages go.
I think that if home ownership is on your radar for 2023, it's time to have a conversation. They're free. You pick up the phone, you call me, we figure out, are you able to buy a home this year? Because if you are, despite what you're hearing out there, now is the time. Now is the time to build your wealth with home ownership. Now is the time to stop paying somebody else's mortgage via rent. Maybe you're like Danielle and you want to live at the lake. Now is the time to look at buying that vacation home. Investors, if you're looking to get into the investment property and you want to buy and hold property, now is the time.
Alrighty, Danielle, what you doing exciting at the chamber?
Well, we have coming up on March 3rd, our Business Solutions Summit with our very own Patrick Carroll at Sandler Training, being our keynote speaker. We have 5 or 6 breakout sessions. And if you have never had an opportunity to hear Patrick Carroll, he is dynamic. He is energizing. He will pour into you how to build your customers, how to build those relationships so you can close sales.
Sandler is the best sales training I ever went to. And it wasn't just sales training. You start talking about leave the kid in the car. People don't like dealing with people who are emotional, You have to be an adult to make adult type decisions, to make adult type deals. And get to the know. So that is an opportunity to come here near Patrick. He's a great speaker.
He's a fantastic speaker, and we have a ton of fantastic speakers. We've got Tina Ramirez talking about her immigration law practice. She's going to be speaking. She has an educational component about educating those that she's working with that may be moving to our community. Just a fabulous day of building up your employees so they feel energized to go out there and do business for your company. And so it's open to not only chamber members, but for anyone in the region who is looking to grow their business.
And the date of that is
March 3rd. And you can find out more at chesterfieldchamber.com. You can find us on LinkedIn. Our members are very active. Any one of them will tell you about the experience from last year. There's a video on LinkedIn too that just kind of gives you a reminder. It is one of the events. Here's what some people said about last year. I never take notes at conferences, and I took pages of nuggets.
Patrick workshopping nuggets and knowledge up there.
You can't not attend and expect to be successful this year.
You guys I'm gonna be there too.
Are you gonna be there?
Yes, I was told I need to be there.
Then you need to be there.
I need there.
And then also, 20 days later, on March 23rd, we're gonna be at the Cultural Center of Inyet down in Chester for our annual gala and awards. And you've heard me talk about it before. We have a 30-minute award show and a 2-hour party.
It is a party.
We have the crew band performing live, and I hear one of our members is the saxophonist for the event. I just heard that. I had no idea. So I too am going to be surprised. I had no idea that they had this extra hobby. One of our, I won't give it away, but one of our financial planners does this on the side. And we're taking nominations for awards right now. So nominate your favorite young professional, nonprofit, small business, new member. The list goes on, but that's taking place on March 23rd. And it is a good time to get dressed up and glammed up for the gala.
So I hear there's new leadership at the gala. Is it the gala committee? Because somebody had to step off.
And so, I don't know if Mark got promoted. I don't know how he did it. But Mark Bowen has chaired that gala for a couple of years. In fact, he chaired our COVID gala, our virtual gala, and did a phenomenal job. And we promote it from within, right? So Nina Whittleton with Classic Party Rentals. There's no party like a Nina Whittleton party.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you can talk about the biggest nonprofit galas in the Richmond region, and her stamp is on it somewhere. Fetch a Cure, the Cattle Barons Ball, you name it, her stamp is there behind the scenes working, making it happen. So Nina is the chair this year. And like I said, I mean, there's no party like a chamber party, but they put Nina in front of it and the train just keeps going down the track.
Oh, yeah.
30-minute program.
30-minute program, 2-hour party.
Just so we're clear.
Just so we're clear.
And it is a party.
It is a party.
This time I'm gonna win
the bling. You gonna do the bling?
I was doing good, but and I got bounced down towards the end when my feelings were hurt.
Yeah, so we have a Diamonds Direct raffle. And so we give away, typically it's a diamond pendant. Sometimes it's been a diamond ring. And we do a bling party raffle where you have to do, it's like heads and shoulders, heads and toes. Do it. I'm not to the listeners. I can't even do it. Anyway, but it's so fun, so fun.
The Chesterfield Chamber, everyone knows it is the energy that comes out. I mean, the chamber members, and Danielle talks about this, are the salespeople for the chamber. You're not joining, and I've been involved with other chambers before. You're not joining a chamber and you're just going there saying, that wasn't. No. If people are going to pull you over, people are going to say, hey, how you doing? And find out what you do and introduce you to a person who can change the course of you doing business.
Yeah, I will say, I was at another chamber, not our chamber, another chamber's event this morning. And one of the comments I talked to someone that I knew about was, you know, you all do such a great job with your committees. Your volunteers are so engaged and passionate about the work that they're doing. We're trying to replicate some of that work here in our community, and love to get involved and start showing up at a little bit more event. So, you know, I'm like, the best compliment is duplication, right?
Yes.
So that's the very best compliment. So, you know, we're all about, if you see something we do well and it helps, then I'm all for it.
There you go. Danielle, Lynn are here. All right, ladies, one last time, how can people find you? Lynn, we'll start with you.
Okay, so you can find me on social, Instagram, at LBK Lens RVA. I'm on Facebook at Lynn Bossy Kinsel, cnfmortgage.com, 411mortgagehelp.com. Those are the places that you can find me.
All right, really quickly, you got to give the trick to having a social media game like yours.
Well, I have really good people behind me.
Oh, it's not just you?
It is not just me. I have
Man,
a really great Natalie Zavanya and her team at CNF Mortgage are amazing. They really help me figure out what I want to say and how to go about getting that out there. And then personal posting goes a long way. And I think that's really a lot of the success we have at the chamber is our members are posting about their experiences at the chamber. And that is gaining interest among people who are non-members, and they want to be there.
And so I do have, you know, a little plug for the non-members. There's opportunities. So opportunities are coming up. Our total resource campaign is coming up for the whole month of March. There may be an opportunity for you to get in front of your targeted audience through the Chesterfield Chamber.
There's something for
everyone.
Yes.
And there's something for every budget. So don't think that you have to be the $7,000-8,000 sponsor. You could be the $100 and still get in front of your target audience. We will have an opportunity for you. Our volunteers will be in full force the whole month of March.
Who's the person leading the way this year?
We're doing it slightly different. So we're bringing back all of our old volunteers this year and championing the programming.
There you go. And how can people find information about Chesterfield Chamber?
You can find us online, Chesterfield Chamber VA, because there are some other Chesterfield.
Not really.
I didn't say that. I mean, I might have thought it, but I didn't say it. Chesterfield Chamber VA on all social media. ChesterfieldChamber.com is our site.
All righty. On the mic with Mike, as I said, we bring out the best and the brightest. This is Chamber Wednesday. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. As I always say, the microphone ain't free, and my grandkids need stuff. So make sure you check out it and support our sponsors and advertisers. We got to go. Thanks, now. Take care.